Start. Article 352 of the Constitution provides for the proclamation of national emergency on the grounds of internal disturbances, threat to national security due to war or external aggression. A state of emergency has been imposed thrice since independence during the wars with China in 1962 and Pakistan in 1971 and for the third time in 1975. This last episode being the most infamous in the annals of our democracy. This year marks the beginning of the 50th year since the imposition of emergency on June 25, 1975. It was imposed because of the political insecurity of the then Prime Minister, not because of any genuine internal disturbance. Many factors were making the PM's position untenable at the time. Among them were concentration of power in the hands of one leader, lack of respect for democratic functioning, a culture of sycophancy, corruption in the vital organs of the state, and the undermining of constitutional organs like the judiciary. Amidst widespread resentment against misrule, Jayaprakash Narayan called for Sampurna Kranti within bracket total revolution, and the nation responded in unison. The last straw was the judgment of the Allahabad High Court on June 12, 1975, which nullified the election to the Lok Sabha of the then Prime Minister in 1971 on the grounds of abusing officials' machinery for electoral gains. Emergency was proclaimed 2 weeks later. The first lesson to be learned from the dark saga of emergency is how not to govern the state. Our Constitution mandates democratic governance based on people's participation, wider consultations, and consensus conformity with the spirit and provisions of the Constitution and compliance with the laws made by the legislature. No place in democracy. The period from 1971 to 1975 saw brazen violations of all conventions of democracy. People's resentment against growing misrule and abuse of power was misunderstood as a threat to despotic rule. The Supreme Court's judgment in Golaknath and Keshwanand Bharati in defense of the basic rules and framework of the Constitution and in support of the fundamental rights of citizens were taken as serious threats to rule by an individual. This was also the case with the Allahabad High Court judgment. An elected ruler can't afford to have an unclean mind and hands. She or he should rule in the best interests of the people in true democratic spirit, within the constitutional framework, not in personal interest, and